Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so today we are in Bouge, if that's how you pronounce it. We are currently waiting in the car because we're a little bit early, but apparently there's this like big fire going on tonight. So I believe it's like the end of Carnival, something like that, but we looked it up online. It looked pretty weird. They had like
Looked pretty weird, yeah.
it looked yeah, it did, didn't it?
Yeah, it looks like the KKK. Okay.
Cut it out. No, I think it looks interesting, let's say.
It looks like a tradition. Let's keep it at that.
Yeah. So
A kind of weird tradition, but
we're not making any judgment here, but just observations. But we're just gonna wait here for a little bit, and there was gonna be a parade for a little bit. I don't know if there are like people walking in it.
I don't know. I've never been here, so it's gonna be a first time for both of us.
So this is in Namur, and we went to the tourist center to ask a little bit about it because we knew that the fire was going on, but we didn't know where it would be. So the guy apparently was very excited about it, and there were like posters everywhere. So he was like, maybe I'll see you tonight. So I think the whole neighborhood is going to be there. It's like a little village thing. We're probably going to be the only foreigners there. And yeah, we might be part of a cult.
Yeah, so it's kind of ironic because we asked the guy like, where is it? Because online we couldn't really find it.
Yeah.
And if you translate this big fire to French, which of course this part of Belgium is speaking French, then the event is called Grand Feu de Bouge, so Great Fire of Bouge. And when we asked the guy where it would be, he said, yeah, it's at the Rue de Grand Feu. So it's such a big thing here that the actual street where it's being held is actually called Street of the Grand Fire.
And I'm wondering, is the street named after the fire or the fire named after the street?
Well, the street's named after the fire, of course.
I don't know.
And why would you...
I don't know.
Okay, let's go.
Nice.
Since we had to wait for quite some time in the car, we decided to look up what the Grand Fire of Bouge actually stands for. So after doing a little research, we found out that it's actually a fire to celebrate the end of winter and to also celebrate the start of spring. It is said that the fire marks the end of winter and that after the fire there will be no more dark days, meaning that the spring has officially begun. After doing this little research, we were ready to get out of the car, and while we're walking towards the place where the Grand Fire is being held, we could already hear a lot of music and a lot of festivities and everything. So after this parade it got dark rather quickly, the sun was really setting at the moment. But I wanted to say something about the clips you saw before. Now you may understand why I made the joke about the KKK. Of course it is nothing like the KKK and it has nothing to do with it. It's just tradition with traditional clothes. But yeah, you can also understand the kind of correlation between the two, but only in the sense of their fashion choices. Also, you saw the snowman they were carrying. This snowman was actually put on top on the fire, but it is kind of their tradition. I don't really understand why. If someone that sees this could maybe explain it to me in the comments, it would be very helpful. But nonetheless, they put this snowman on top and it burned with the fire. After we found our viewing point in the fields, from which we had a really unique and spectacular view on the Great Fire with the snowman on top, we waited and waited until they started lighting up fireworks. And after the fireworks, after a really lengthy show of fireworks, they finally lit up the Great Fire.